This is the French Alps. Most people come here to do that, skiing. But I've come here to do a bit of that, which is almost certainly the slowest motorsport I can think of, but one that could deliver the biggest smiles. It's Citroen 2CV ice racing. I'm Jonny Smith. Welcome to the Late Break Show.
I'd heard about this event a couple of years ago and originally intended to go in 2023, but there was a problem. There was no snow. So this year we went in convoy with a small gang from the UK who are mates and staff from the 2CV shop in Wiltshire. It took a couple of days because Alpe d'Huez is located deep in the southwest of France, famously featured in one of the most challenging parts of the Tour de France. A pre-dawn, pre-breakfast briefing at the ski resort took place entirely in French, and the makeshift pit area certainly contrasted with all the skiers arriving at the gondolas. This is an intimate event consisting of about 30 cars and 100 dedicated 2CV folks. It's organised by Mahari Club Cassis, who I paid a visit to recently when driving their twin-engined 2CV Sahara. This is a jolly affair where I realised fun takes precedent over seriousness. All the competing vehicles are 2CVs, almost. There's one patinated Citroen LNA with turbo power, a few Dianes, several chop-down specials, and one or two running mad mods like Neons and a bubble machine. So we've driven all the way from the UK, but one thing we have to switch before going out on track: tyres. We have to go from normal 125s to studded ice tyres, otherwise you really have no hope of gripping. If you've got the money, you switch all four. If you want to play things a little bit more precariously on a budget, you just switch the front two. The choice is yours.
So this is the entrance to the track where the chairlift goes directly over the track. It's been carved out here and it's quite a tight, twisty, pretty slow track really, but you don't want it to be too quick for the purposes of 2CVs. Probably one of the lowest output car engines ever made, but doesn't mean it's not going to be exciting. The track is meticulously prepared by a snowplough, of course. Nice to see that it's not a Unimog either, because France, it's a Renault. So although you're going to be driving on really hard packed ice, the sides, the edges of the track, this is fairly powdery snow actually, and soft, which bodes well, because when that's hard packed, that's when you get proper panel damage. And we don't want that. I'm borrowing all my cars and I want to give them back in the condition that I borrowed them in. This is a little crest. I don't know if you can see it on camera, if you go low, but you come out of this horrendous hairpin here, and then onto, this is probably the most straight part of the track, the fastest part of the track, but it rises and then drops down to another, not quite, well, it sort of is a hairpin, but it's a bigger hairpin, a wider one. Gotta say, it's bloody cold here, and I'm not really used to wearing basically snowboard gear whilst competitively driving, but that's what the Late Break Show is about. Automotive New Horizons, difference, eclectic variety. Bloody hell, that is sheet ice. I probably don't need to tell you that last year, 2023, was the 2CV's 75th birthday, big birthday. And in that year, at the back end of the year, I decided to buy a 2CV. I've never owned one before. I wasn't actually looking to own one. It's a project car, came at the wrong time, but it's the right car. And if you've seen my other episode that I did of my project car roundup, you will have seen what it looks like. But Darren at the 2CV shop has assured me it's a good one. But I haven't brought it here. Haven't had it on the road yet. So what I'm going to be driving is a couple of borrowed cars from 2CV Club Cassis. And 2CV Club Cassis are the biggest parts supplier, really, for 2CV parts in the world. So what am I going to be driving? I'm going to be driving 2 versions, actually maybe 3 versions of borrowed cars from Club Cassis. They've got cut down electric 2CV. They've got a cut down piston. Well, when I say cut down, no doors, roll cage, a little bit more raw. And then we're going to be driving a piston one again. But this is not a fast track. You're not really going to be going fast. It's about car control at slow speeds. And I have got some memories of driving on snow during my 5th gear days with Stig Blomqvist. It didn't go entirely well from memory. But anyway, so I'm going to leave it in second. It still has the 2CV gearbox. This is definitely the slowest motorsport I've ever taken part in. That's not to say it's not the most exciting, because I think it might be. Because even on studded tyres, it's slippery. You can see it's got a real sheen on it, the ground. The big front wheel drive, of course, if the back starts to step out, you've got to just stand on the throttle a bit. And this is actually an early body car, suicide front doors. I'm not talking much because there's a lot of French people waiting for me to hit the bank, and I don't want to do that. Come on, Johnny. It's a bit weird having like very nominal safety. I've only got to wear a lid, they say, because this particular car has got less than 4 doors. And I'm wearing ski gear, and there's a ski lift going over the track. Got to feather the throttle because obviously it's just lighting up otherwise. I've been wanting to come and do this for ages, for several years. I'm so glad I'm finally out here. Racing a really slow car in ski gear. Ah, shit, the bed. Oh, it's just a kiss. It's just a cheeky little kiss. Got a bit of a bead on under the ski jacket. Crest. Shag pile carpet. Oh, yeah, here we go. French flick. I think I know where I'm going wrong. I've got to go into the corner earlier because there's a delay on all the controls on snow. I've got to feather on the way out. Ah, shit, that's not feathering. Look at that bloody view. Someone who's a little bit ADHD and easily distracted, there's a stair lift there, it's just beautiful. Oi, that's not a crash. This is so slow, but also really testing of your car control. Really testing. So, excuse me while I concentrate. Every car person, every car pervert should do this before they die. That's an aeroplane coming in because this is an active airport. I don't know if you just saw that on camera. I didn't crash. I kissed the bank. I just kissed the bank on this hairpin here. That's the thing. Those hairpins, you've got to get your car swinging a little bit, haven't you? I haven't had a chance to properly laugh yet, but I will. So Joel, you're the guy who's organised this event. Yeah. I just want to get an idea of exactly what it's about. So I see lots of 602 stickers.
Yeah.
That's engine size.
Exactly.
So most people have the biggest engine.
Yeah.
Unless it's electric.
Some of them are electric, but just few. But in fact, yes, you're right. 602 is the original cylinder of the 2CV and Mary engine.
Yeah.
Some of them are also petrol head guys, and they boost their engine with a higher cylinder. But Most of them running 602 engine, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the name of our race, in fact.
The name of the race is the 602.
Yes, 602 ice racing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So in terms of like how it works with, this is a timed event. I see the little transponder.
Yeah.
So it's a timed, it's a fastest laps,
Not fast. In fact, this is a regularity race, in fact.
regularity.
Yeah, exactly. The goal is to, during the qualification session, you know, you make a time, your reference time, and after that, in the in other stint, the goal is to catch up this time every time, to
Right.
be closer and closer this time.
Okay.
And if you can get closer this time, in fact, so you win the race.
Okay, you've got all types of people here coming and joining the event. You've got like ex-rally cars, endurance cars.
It's not necessary. In fact, the aim of this race, you can come with your original 2CV, your daily 2CV.
Yeah.
You put 2 ice tires in the front and you can race. That's the aim, in fact.
A couple of the guys from the UK have done exactly that.
Okay, yeah.
It's a totally standard car. Spikes on the front, nothing at the back. It's some bald summer tyres.
Oh, great. That's the basics of the racing car, in fact.
Yeah. The 2CV was the first car to have a radial tyre.
The X tires made by Michelin,
Yeah.
back in the days, yeah.
Yeah. And we're running on 135s, most of them. 135s?
135 also, yeah. At the original, the 135 has been fitted on the Mary, but you can also fit it on the 2CV. That's not a problem.
The 125s originally on 2CV, 135 on
Exactly,
Mahari.
completely. Yeah, completely.
To remind you what the Mahari is, it's sort of the Citroen buggy. The one for hot countries, not like the UK.
The plastic one.
The plastic one. That they remake. Because
Yeah.
they remake the brand new one, which I will drive in due course. So we're going out for one of the many heats. I'm actually in a borrowed car this time, a privateer car owned by Joe.
Hi.
Joe's one of the people that's driven all the way out here from his house from the UK. And this is a 007 edition. So this is actually a really rare car from 1981, For Your Eyes Only, James Bond edition. And he's let me drive it. So what's the worst that can happen? I've been out twice, really briefly, for a short, sharp practice. I still don't really understand the best logic for entry and exit of the corners yet. It's mostly second. In fact, it's all second.
All second.
It's all second.
And you're only on 2 studs now.
Oh, and the difference with this car, yeah, it's on 2 studded tyres on the front, the driven wheels. At the back, not. Is it just summer tyres?
Ball tyres, yes.
Ball
They're
tyres.
getting changed when they get back, put it that way.
Great, so change them when we're off the snow.
Yes.
So this car's going to behave very differently. It's got a much nicer steering wheel than the other cars that I've
Yeah, I
driven.
like that big steering wheel.
Wow, the back's got no.
there's no-
Bald summer tyres. What the hell? Let's see what they do. Their car's a bit sorted, it looks like. Well, that's Understeer City.
I don't think that's any quicker necessarily than.
No, I
Isn't
thought
that-
that car's like a sorted rally car, isn't it? Oh shit. Yeah, that's all right. I'm giving him a wide berth.
The bank, I don't care.
Get
too
the
much
lean on
about.
that bastard.
Yeah.
Get the lean on it.
I don't care too much about hitting the bank. Other cars, I really don't want to hit.
No,
'cause
no,
that
no.
will do some damage.
Yeah, the snow actually at the bank seems fairly.
It's quite soft. It's all quite dry.
Kiss.
What's that?
Just a kiss, Joe. It's working out how much lock to use because obviously you've got a
Yeah.
bit of a ship's wheel going on,
Yeah.
and you reach the lock soon, and then you go, yeah, then you're just throttle.
Nothing more there to give, yeah. I think it's also getting a bit slicker because all the snow's getting flaked on.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
That's. Yeah, this is different to studs.
Yeah.
This is very, very different to.
You can hold a good bit of speed, but you need to get it slowed right down from coming into the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speed per second.
I had to crash right in front of everybody as well.
You crashed in the worst place.
I know. It's
Feel it go out and catch it. There you go.
This is definitely the slowest performance driving I've ever done. by a country mile. Be honest, how often do you sing For Your Eyes Only when you're driving this, Joe?
Every sort of once a day.
Once a day? Okay, yeah, that seems right.
I leave the Roger Moore cushion on the back.
I saw the Roger cushion.
That's a permanent addition.
I saw the cushion, I loved it. So go in, off the throttle,
Off the throttle, catch
back
it.
comes out, on the throttle, feathering, turning, feathering, transition. That's more oversteer than normal.
You want
And then off the throttle, back on.
back on throttle and catch it through there.
That's almost a standstill situation. Full throttle. Oh dear. Oh no, we've had a sandbank issue. 2.
Stuck. Could be worse, could have done that.
Exactly, Joe. You just said it. I didn't say it.
We're still moving. There you go.
It's all right.
Start.
There, look. It's okay. Just a late finish. Just a very late finish. Right. That's it for this heat. There's a real beauty and a real poetry to this. We know they're going really slowly. We know they're fully crossed up and having loads of fun and not taking it too seriously. There's a bit of electric. There's mostly piston, but with the best vista you could wish for. And these short, sharp little heats mean that people revolve around quickly and they get a go and they get familiar. But what I hadn't factored in, and neither had videographer Phil, is the track's just about to shut at 11 a.m. and then it reopens at 5 p.m. after lunch. So that's a 6-hour lunch? I have no idea why, but that's what we've been told. So I've had a couple of goes, and then I'm going to be going out at night. And this is not floodlit. We thought it would be floodlit, and it's not. I've been watching this one on track. This is probably the most impressive 2CV I've seen on the track. Now I've come to the pits to have a quick nose round it. I thought, it looks quick, and it sounds different. I knew it was still a flat 2, and this is the reason why. Got a bloody supercharger on it. Little dinky supercharger. Look at the size of that supercharger. And apparently this is built for endurance racing and it weighs 450 kilos. And it's got this amazing kind of like camtail back end, but it looks sorted. This one really looks sorted.
YouTube.
Yeah?
Sébastien Loeb. 2
Yeah.
chevaux.
Yeah?
Oui.
Oh, wow.
Oui.
Gosh. So Sebastian Loeb's driven this.
Oui. Oui.
Come and have a look inside. So this is about as hardcore as it gets here. Most cars are not like this. Come inside, removable steering wheel, competition dash, pair of really pushed together, or they're actually staggered OMP bucket seats, cage, and loads of signatures of drivers in the doors. This thing's so cool. So we're about to start the evening session of the ice racing. I bumped into some chaps in body stockings. The Cool Runnings people. Tell me, is this your first ice racing?
Yes, it's our first race. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. And did you drive the car here?
No, on a trailer. Yes, on a trailer. Yes.
So you're just warming it up, getting it ready.
Yes, running up. Yes, in few minutes we drive.
It's a very strange experience driving.
Yes, yes.
Because we're right next to an airport, a very small airport. We've got the ski lift right above our heads,
Yes, yes.
and the track is really tight.
Yes, it's yes. Technical. We just need to keep gas. No brake.
No brakes.
No brakes. Yes.
I see you've got the lights inside, the neon lights.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
really good.
Yeah, we have the music.
You do have the
Yes, you can see. We have the music here.
Side exit pipe as well.
You have the music here.
Oh, it's got a full sub. Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah, head unit in the boot.
And we have.
Who's Tallulah? It's Tallulah the
Tallulah
car.
is the name. You know the film Rasta Rocket?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, it's the name Junior. Junior say.
Right.
Say,
right.
how we could name it? And he
great.
say Tallulah.
How about Tallulah? That's my mother's name.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're not cold.
Oh, no, Jamaican have no cold on the ice.
Hey, Jamaica! Watch out for number 12 turn. Scary, yeah?
So for this sesh, I went out in the Club Cassis training car. It was tired, it was loud, and the loudness unfortunately didn't translate to more power, with no windows, no roof and no back doors. Oh, and it had a metal steering wheel, which was freezing. Anyway, I tried to do some half-decent skids without crashing, but I do apologise in advance because this video seems to get progressively more sweary. I'm going to now shut up and let you enjoy the slow front-wheel drive ballet against the most beautiful sunset vista. Volume up.
Understeer, biblical. That's it. Session over. Well, my hands are completely numb, even with two pairs of gloves on. I nearly said socks. Hand socks.
Maybe you should wear these extra gloves. My hands are starting to get sweaty.
Right, I'm having a night session in the electric. This is more refined. There is a bit more finesse to this car. But the references, mechanical references are different. Okay? Go, go, go. I'm leaving it in second. It's properly snowing now. But this has the smaller steering wheel, which definitely helps. I've got a big light bar on this one, but no actual headlights, so my headlights is a light bar. This is where I had a swerve avoidance incident. Yeah, that's nice. Because you've got maximum torque from 0 RPM, it's actually quite tricky on ice. Oh, you f***er. I think this is harder to initiate than a piston car. But easier to kind of balance. And I can hear myself think. The other one had a straight through exhaust that exited there. What with the 2CV being like the least refined car in the world, because you're on the snow, the delay is amazing. Honestly, I think this could be one of the most enjoyable motorsports I've ever done, because you're skidding and you're trying to get ultimate car control. At sub 20 miles an hour most of the time, I'd say. That's good. And it's snowing, and I can see the piste bashes in front of me. I don't want to hit a buggy. There's a buggy behind me. I don't want to hit in front of me. I've got to feather it around the competitor's car. I'm now in a bit of a traffic jam. There's a buggy with the 007 car from Joe from the UK, and I know he's got to drive that thing home. So I'm not gonna go close to that in case I hurt it. I think I might overtake. I don't know. Thank you. Basically, you don't drive on the brakes. You don't use the brakes unless you've got a a very big incident up ahead. And even then, you just don't. I'm just feathering, feather, feather, feather. And then it grips again on this straight over this crest, which I like actually. That sends the back that way. And hopefully you can then set it up for shit. No. Oh, for f***'s sake. Nobody saw that, did they? Nobody saw that. I try not to use the brakes whatsoever because they're horrendous. Thank you, Roger Moore, letting me through. Oh, f***. Oh. Shit. Sorry. Just off the apex, a buggy had come off. And I didn't see it. I'd already set the car up for the corner. You've got to set them up so early. I'm doing dreadfully, actually. What's that? A part of the car just fell off. What was that? All right, grip, 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 go wide, go wide, go wide. You can hear it scrabbling. Yeah, this corner's gone to absolute Torvill and Dean spec territory. It's hideous. I need to go wide instead of tight. Totally different line. There's something graceful about it until you go into the back of another car or a huge snowdrift, and then it's great. Then it's not so great. That felt all right. That felt all right. You really are using all the lock, and of course, 2CVs certainly no power steering. I mean, you don't even get sound editing, let alone power steering. You are working the wheel hard. This is the last session of day one now, and there's been so many thrills and spills. I've got to say, I have never had so much fun, totally sideways, at basically walking pace. And the cost to prep the car is almost nothing. In fact, to prove how affordable this is as a sport, you can come here in a standard 2CV. You don't even need a full set of spike tyres, you could just do the fronts. And you can be competitive. And in 2024, you can't say that about many motorsports, right? And it's fun. It's not taking itself too seriously. One thing I do need to do tomorrow is redeem myself. I think I've driven quite averagely today, quite badly. Look at it. There's some serious commitment here. There's some real commitment.
Day 2. I woke up with a smile, knowing what slow slides lay ahead. This time I was driving a full-bodied piston 2CV that I was told was in very good mechanical order. As the competitors lined up, fetched their life support coffee, and then filtered out onto the track 7 cars at a time, I decided first to chat with the boss man of this operation, Stefan.
So, Stefan, you are the owner of Club Cassis.
Exactly.
And am I right in thinking that is like the world's biggest supplier of 2CV parts?
World is a big name, but because most of the cars are in Europe, yes. But we have the biggest company for spare parts for 2CV and Mearis.
Yeah. So how did that all start?
It started 40 years ago. It was not me. It was the son of the distributor of Citroen in Cassis, in the village.
Yeah.
And they found that the Meari was a real fancy car, and they start to promote the car, and they start to be known as a specialist of the Meari from Cassis, and it expands from local, regional, national, and international. And through the years, they start a business of spare parts, and it was easy at the beginning because the spare parts were produced by Citroen.
Yeah.
So, as they were Citroen sub-dealer, they just have to order the parts and give it to the customers.
Yeah, but that's changed, right?
Exactly.
So Citroen stopped making parts, you have to reproduce and...
Exactly, and it was terrible because they have this business running, and they said, okay, but it will stop because Citroen we will not produce the parts anymore.
Yeah.
And so they start, calling Citroen, and that the magic happened. Citroen, for once in history, decide to give the toolings, the original toolings from Citroen, to Méhari Club Cassis, which is crazy, because now we are the owner of the tooling which allows us to reproduce the body parts from Méharis or 2CV, for instance.
So they're an official Citroen part?
Exactly.
Right. So we've got all the cars lining up behind us for this event, but obviously the 2CV's been a very versatile car over the years for motorsport and adventure, and so, I mean, most people are likely to have seen the 24-hour racing, maybe rally, Dakar, that kind of thing. This is very different to that.
Yeah, it's very different, but it's, I think, a kind of a continuation in the philosophy of the 2CV.
Yeah.
The car can go everywhere, even on ice.
Yeah.
So the idea was a bit crazy, but in the same time it was the DNA of the 2CV to be able to run everywhere.
Yeah. Now these sorts of events, I mean, this particular event, it's quite a small, friendly. Well, it's very friendly.
Yeah.
It's not too serious.
No, not at all.
No.
But in the end, the 2CV is not a serious car.
Yeah.
It's a fun car.
Yeah.
So you need to bring fun in your event when it comes to 2CV. 2CV, it's basically you have real 2CV addict there. So they want first to be all together, to be able to exchange, to a bit compete,
Yeah.
and they are proud to show their car. All of them, they made some special display for the race. So
Yeah.
I think it's completely the philosophy of the car. Being together, solidarity, friendship, and also fun.
Yeah. Right, let's try and create some poetry. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. The little flat 2 air-cooled revs out nicely. I think we've got a bit of argy-bargy going on at 12 miles an hour. That might be my best skid yet. Full use of track. I'm going to let the Diane through. Go, go, go. That's Darren from the 2CV shop in the electric one. He's having a go in it. So go in nice and early here. Off on the throttle. On the throttle. Off. That's it. Off. Oh shit. As soon as you start dancing with someone else, you can get very easily distracted actually. Oh shit! 3 abreast! 3 abreast! 3 abreast! I haven't even looked at the speedo, there's literally no point. There is no point, right. The other thing is, no one uses any tyres. A couple of the competitors, including Darren, said, I've had these spike tyres on for 4 seasons. No, don't overtake me here. Don't overtake me here. Right, there's a buggy. That's like a special buggy. Oh, I went in a little early and bumped my nose a little. I like this one. It's not the fastest, but it's kind of like pleasantly loose. That's nice. Come on, Johnny. Yeah, that wakes you up. My snow boots are so unintuitive. Yes, French flick. And near crash. No, good. On we go. Oh, shit. Oh, just gripped. Just gripped. Someone in a Diane nearly took me out. Go! Go! Give me some width. Three abreast on this corner is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Got a Diane on my right. Got the stripped out EV 2CV in front of me. Right, initiate. I got enough time to really compose my thoughts and think about what I want for breakfast, which is not normal in racing. It's amazing how you can get a front wheel drive back from that kind of angle. You're not watching this on slow motion. This is absolutely real.
Alors, 10e position, je vais faire appel à Stéphane qui parle un peu italien, c'est Fontana Giovanni. Bisous. Applaudissez Claude. Merci Claude, merci.
Merci pour les belles bagarres. Alpe d'Huez. Skiing mostly, but there's the track, right? And it's right next to a ravine. So there's the track, and about, I don't know, 6 meters is a sheer drop, a ravine drop. And this is not Anglesey circuit, and I thought Anglesey in the UK had a pretty good view. That's the view from when you're driving around. And there's an aeroplane coming in and taking off just here, because there's an airport there, and then there's a chairlift right there with people going skiing just over the part of the track. It's epic, it's beautiful. I mean, it's an amazing place in itself, but a place to come and do motorsport. It's a pinch yourself moment. I never thought that I would ever experience something so much fun or so slow. But slowly sideways, there's a lot to that. Not using many tyres, not using much fuel. It's wonderful, isn't it? This has been an exceptionally random event, the old 602 Ice Cup. I want to say a massive thank you to Mahari Club Cassis and 2CV Shop in the UK for inviting me, letting me tag along with their staff and their friends. And I don't understand much of the French, and I don't understand any of that prize giving at the end, and I didn't even come placed because I was terrible. But what fun we have had. And it just goes to prove that motorsport doesn't have to be expensive, motorsport doesn't have to be fast, motorsport doesn't have to be serious, actually, in order for you to have the best smiles per gallon. If you haven't already subscribed to The Late Break Show, I'd love you to subscribe. We have a merch shop where we sell merch, surprise, surprise, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. If you want to become a Patreon and for a couple of quid a month, support us where I put blogs on there and you see videos like this earlier than everybody else, go for your life. I'm not going to stop you. Oh, and I do a podcast every Monday called Smith and Sniff with a bloke called Richard Porter. Go and listen. It's quite popular, just saying.